All right, so you want to dive into that Chelsea-Brighton match, huh?
Let's do it.
Not just the what, but the why?
Exactly.
4-2 sounds pretty comfy for Chelsea, but I got a feeling you're looking for more than that.
Oh, absolutely.
You want those tactical, spicy bits, don't you?
Tactical nuggets.
Well, we've got that match report right here, ready to be cracked open.
Let's crack it open. 4-2 is a very interesting scoreline, you know. It's not every day you see either of these teams involved in such a goal fest.
And that's the thing, right? Chelsea comes out strong. Palmer puts one in the back of the net early doors.
Yeah.
But Brighton hits right back. Reminds everyone, hey, we're dangerous on the counterattack, don't forget.
Precisely.
But then, well, that's when things get really interesting.
They get very interesting. And I think it kind of speaks to something we were talking about earlier, about both of these teams maybe playing a little bit out of character. But let's start with Chelsea's attack.
Okay.
That 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah.
Really effective. But the real story is how they utilized the space it created.
Okay, so for those of us at home who don't speak fluent football tactics, break it down.
Yeah.
How does a formation translate into, like, a goal-scoring bonanza?
Okay, imagine a highway suddenly has an extra lane open up.
Okay.
You've got more space, more options, more potential for just, like, chaos.
Right.
That's kind of what Chelsea's 3-4-3 did in this match. Those overlapping wing backs, they stretched Brighton wafer thin. We saw Palmer and Sterling hugging the sidelines, pulling Brighton's defense wide, and that created that like crucial space in the middle.
And that's where Jackson comes in.
Bingo.
2 goals from open play, another one from a set piece. Guy was on fire.
Unstoppable. His movement, I mean, phenomenal this match, and it's what made him so dangerous. He wasn't just waiting for opportunities. He was actively creating them. Think about that first goal. He just drifted into that space between Brighton's center back and fullback, receives this perfectly weighted pass, and bam, clinical finish. Just what they needed to just Brighton couldn't adjust.
Yeah, almost sounds like Brighton walked right into that one a little bit. But, I mean, this is a team known for that relentless pressing.
Yeah.
That 4-2-3-1, it's like their bread and butter. What happened there?
They pressed. They pressed.
Yeah.
It wasn't totally ineffective. Remember their first goal?
Right.
Came directly from forcing an error high up the pitch. Problem is, when you commit so many players forward like that and your press is broken, which, let's be honest, Chelsea managed to do that a few times, you leave yourself incredibly vulnerable at the back.
Which explains those Chelsea counterattacks.
Exactly.
So, I mean, do you think this match exposed kind of a weakness in Brighton's usually rock-solid game plan?
I think it raises some interesting questions because their high press, it's a huge part of their identity.
Sure.
And for good reason. It's brought them a lot of success. But against a team like Chelsea, with players who are they are rapid, they can transition from defense to attack so quickly, sticking rigidly to that high press, it can backfire.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's the solution there? Do they just ditch the high press entirely?
No, not necessarily. But they might need to be a bit more, like, adaptable in their approach. Maybe they pick and choose their moments to press.
Okay.
Especially against teams like Chelsea.
Yeah.
Perhaps they look at tweaking the formation when they're out of possession to provide a little bit more cover at the back.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Staying true to your strengths, but also, acknowledging your weaknesses.
Absolutely.
So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about Chelsea. Offensively, they were clicking.
Yeah.
But defensively, well, let's just say there's room for improvement.
A little bit. They conceded 2 goals. It could have been more if not for some, like, last-ditch defending at times.
Right.
But look, there were positives too, right? Conor Gallagher in midfield, so crucial. Broke up so many Brighton attacks before they even really got going. If he can maintain that kind of form, it's huge for them.
Yeah, he's like a one-man wall at times, just snuffing it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that just highlights how important it is to have that strong midfield presence, especially against a team like Brighton that loves to press high.
So, big picture then, if we're looking ahead, what are the key takeaways here? What should these teams be taking away from this match?
I think for Chelsea, it's about maintaining that attacking threat,
Yeah.
but tightening things up at the back.
Right.
They've got the players, they've got the system to be absolutely devastating in attack, but they need to find that balance. For Brighton, it's about adapting their tactics without, like, losing their identity, right?
Right.
They can't become this, like, purely defensive team. It's just not who they are. But they need to find ways to be more solid at the back, especially against teams, as we said, like Chelsea.
So the big question is, round 2, If these two teams meet again, and clearly both have done their homework, studied the tape, are we in for like a 0-0 stalemate? Or is it going to be even more explosive the next time around?
I don't know. That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can analyze, speculate, predict, but at the end of the day, those 22 players on the pitch, they're going to write the next chapter.